Welcome back. We have a quick track update. I think this will be the final installment of my updates. I think I finally have one that I really like, that works really well. It's been kid tested. I've had my grandsons over and they approved of this, and it worked out much better than the previous versions, much more smoother, and they enjoyed it. Less crashing, with the Auto World setup that I have over here. It's easy to turn the power down so they can go at their, a quick pace, but nothing too serious. And the changes I made were basically everything stays the same here down this long front stretch. I wanted to keep that, and that definitely stays. And that's what is this, 10 feet long, and this is 4 feet wide here. And so everything stays here, and that back stretch I kind of cut into a little bit. I'll explain in a second, but I had to make this back stretch a little bit shorter, but I kept this effect right here. I love that. That's my favorite part right there. I wanted to keep that as much as possible, so I just eliminated one straight here, and I'll tell you why I had to do that. So it's a straight shorter in that back chute, and then you come around here, and I like the idea of splitting off, and there'll be a little bit less of that split in this version, and I like that. It accomplishes a couple of things. First of all, it'll possibly make the lane lengths more equal. I still haven't added everything up to see which, of the 4 lane lengths are, if they're equal or not. But it seems roughly that they're in the ballpark, and like I explained in my previous video about this, that it doesn't matter when if you have a race and you change lanes throughout the race, then everything will be equal. Everybody gets a chance to go on each lane. It also accomplishes this factor here. I love these guys that I have placed on the track. My grandkids had a ball with these. And so this Kilroyd over here, he's in charge of lanes 3 and 4, trying to knock off whatever cars come underneath here. And also this T-Rex from the Lost World, Jurassic Park. These are both Tyco sets that they came from. And he bobs up and down, and he's in charge of trying to pick off the cars in lane 1 and lane 2. And so they had a ball with them, and let's see if I can get them to go. And that was the highlight of the track for them. Oh, and I actually have another one of these on the way, and just to add a lot of fun to the track, and the kids really enjoyed it. So if you have a chance to pick one of these up or something like this, add it to your track if you have some kids going around, and they'll love it. They'll love it. And I'm not so much for the gimmicks of it. It doesn't have to be on all the time. Most of the time they could just stay there and just be, decorations for the track. Or I could take them off, whatever. But they're available to have fun with whenever the kids want them. And I think we'll get a lot of use from those, judging on the past event here. So I wanted to make this a little bit less area of where they split off, because what I had, I think, was a little bit too little of the 4-lane experience where they're all together. And I like that idea. And with this version, I was able to accomplish that, more togetherness on the 4 lanes, and just that little split off to add that little adventure, just a little difference in your drives on lane 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, just a little difference. Now, of course, in order to get through here in this section here where I had the terminal track over here, it no longer would fit, and so that got pushed to the end, which is no big deal. And I was able to get more sweeping turns. I pretty much got rid of almost all of the sharper curves, so everything has more of a flow through it. And especially in these parts here, there's a lot of flow. I was able to order some 18-inch curves, the 1/8 of radius, and a lot of this is 1/8 radius on 18 and 15 and 12 and 9 is the majority of the curves here, and I really love that, and that's what I really wanted. So that really helped out a lot getting those in. And yeah, so for the time being, I'm using the Auto World, the Victory Lane wireless controllers. I have a couple of nice controllers that I'd like to use, but in the time being, the kids are over here a lot, so I'm gonna just hang on to these. They're working well. They do a great job, and you could see a car going around. Of course, I can't drive and hold a phone, but I'm trying. So that's that. I do plan to. I have some track clips to install. Now that everything I believe is the way I want it, I might go a couple more weeks or so before I actually undertake that and clip everything together. But it actually stays together pretty well. Being on this carpet, it's not really going anywhere, so I'm happy about that. But I will install the track clips just to ensure a good connection between all the tracks. I don't seem to have any drop-offs anywhere. It's not a large track, and like I said, 10 foot by 4 foot, and with all that going on too. So it's not very large, but I don't seem to have any drop-offs, and it's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it. I'm glad I have this chance to have this set up in the garage. And yeah, and I also will, I bought some paint markers, and I want to mark the lanes. I may just mark the straights. I know you probably should mark the curves, because that's where all the crashes are, but I don't know. Tell me your thoughts about that. My thoughts, if I mark the straights, there's always a straight near a curve, and they could be placed on, a car could be placed on. You could judge which color lane it was, judging by the straight nearest. If you do mark the curves, if I want marking the curves, then if I switch something around, then I've got this painted curve that might not work out too well. It might be in a different on a different lane than I need, and now I have to either get that paint off or get rid of the curve altogether. So I'm thinking of at least just marking the straights. So we'll see. And also, even within marking the straights, I'm not sure if I want to mark the entire distance in each color, or just have, just lines, dash lines, or just maybe a dash at the far end of the straight, like, so you could tell which direction it's in. If it's, like, say that is the red lane right here, when a car falls off, you know that this is the direction because there'll be a red dash here and nowhere else on the track. So I've got to decide what I want before I mess around with that. I have the markers already, and we'll see how that goes. If you have any advice about that, let me know. I'm open to anything. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and this should be my last track update for the HO track. So now I think I am pretty much set. Those are famous last words, I know. For now, I'm keeping the Auto World controllers. They work well. They're fine. I'm not doing, hardcore racing here. I do have the controllers in place for if and when that does happen, if I do have people over and we do want to do something a little bit more competitive. So that's all set to go if need be. I also still have it going clockwise. I'd like that. The road course is clockwise, and I think I'm going to stay with that. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed, and take care.